actually enjoy treating your customers like a piece of shit, because that's how I felt when I went to the Alamo Draft House. Okay? You know what? I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to text in your little crappy-ass theater. It was too f***ing dark in that place for me to find my seat, all right? I was using my phone as a flashlight to get to my f***ing seat. So excuse me for using my phone in USA, United States of America, where you are free to text in a theater. I was not aware that I couldn't text in your theater, all right? I've texted in all the other theaters in Austin, and no one ever gave a fuck about what I was doing on my fucking phone, all right? And it was on silent. It wasn't on loud. It wasn't bothering anybody. You guys obviously were being assholes to me, and I'm sure that's what you do, you know, to rip people off. You take my money, and then you throw me out. You know, I will never be coming back to your Alamo Draft House or whatever. I'd rather go to a regular theater where people are actually polite. And, you know, I'm going to tell everyone about how you are. And I'm pretty sure you guys are being on purpose. So thanks for making me feel like a customer. Thanks for taking my money.
It's chocolate. You should be very proud, Detective.
Shut up!
You've made a delicious life for yourself.
Said shut the fudge up! What?
You don't come near here. You stay away from here.
Here he comes.
What?
Are you listening, David? I was saying how much I admire you and your ice creams. You have incredible taste in fine ice creams.
What the fudge did you just say?
6 delicious flavors. They're so lovely. And once they're gone, David, they're gone.
David, step away from the prisoner. Step away, David. Step away.
What's in the box?
I'm not gonna tell you until
What's in the box? What's in the box?
We each have our weaknesses. And it appears that gluttony is my sin of choice. And you add the mystery. I couldn't resist.
What's in the malted fudging box?
It's empty, David. It's empty.
No! It was full. 6 delicious flavors. Only available this month.
I know. It was delivered to your home. It was delectable.
Do you think anybody's gonna get, like, offended by this?
Just tall white Karens.
Monotony. It comes in all shapes and sizes. Dull, tedious, just plain boring. But what is this? A contender, perhaps? Something unboring by the looks of it. Jabs right at dull, an uppercut to tedium, something that keeps you on your toes, keeps your head on a swivel. A knockout punch to your old, boring workouts. Welcome to Fight Camp.
The Greening the Gateway Cities program provides trees that are planted by DCR foresters and crews hired from local communities. When you sign up as a potential tree recipient, a forester will visit your home or business to determine the best location and species of tree for maximum energy efficiency. Easy care instructions are provided, and it's all free. Find out if you are in the zone and learn more at maurbancanopy.org.
educational crisis in this country is the civil rights issue of our time.
So you go to Washington, D.C., our capital, right? Go right down the street. Some of the worst schools in America are less than 2 miles from the state capital.
As a family, how was our report card?
Show me a lazy child, I'ma show you a lazy parent.
There was that village that was there. It is different.
I mean, because you're dealing at times with a lot of trauma. And that trauma sometimes may be caused by the school, but a lot of times it's outside of school.
It was a very chaotic household. There was always someone yelling, someone fighting, the cops being called.
Students don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You know calculus, who cares?
If there was any system anywhere that was failing white students to the tune of 83%, the system wouldn't exist anymore. It would have been broken into 1,000,000 pieces.
Now, the expectations for what success are
is so low. Like, we're letting kids make up work. You can make it up. Don't worry about it. Do it again.
Instead, we make things crutches, and I don't like that.
I think the real issue in education is mediocrity. The person who comes to work every day and just does the job.
You have failed these students. This is child abuse. And those who have abused these children should be held accountable.
Shaolin shadow boxing and the Wu-Tang sword style. If what you say is true, the Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
On guard. I'll let you try my Wu-Tang style.
Same with you. Same with you.
Shaolin shadow boxing and the Wu-Tang sword style. If what you say is true, the Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
On guard. I'll let you try my Wu-Tang style.
Same with you. Same with you.
Oscar Mike Radio is a proud podcast partner of Reats Across America Radio, heard every Thursday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern. They're also big supporters of the nonprofit I Got Your Six, Two Lives at Once. And with every wreath you sponsor through Oscar Mike Radio, $5 goes back to this great organization dedicated to making a difference in the lives of veterans, law enforcement, firefighters, and first responders battling PTSD. Two Lives at Once pairs these brave men and women together with dogs rescued from kill shelters. In this way, two lives are saved at the same time by saving each other. Donate now. Go to wreathsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio to help. That's wreathsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio.
This campaign is about a new vision where our streets are safe, our schools are succeeding, and our local economy is growing. I stand here not as a candidate for mayor, but as a lifelong member of this great city. There will no longer be the city side and the school side. There will only be the Brockton side. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work.
This community has limitless potential. We have the ability not just to be a city, but a city that represents everyone, from the Irish community to the Italian community, from the Cape Verdean community to the Haitian community. We have every single people that we have to make this city stronger, better than ever before. I am looking at Brockton as a family.
Grew up and graduated from Brockton High, built my career here, and today I'm a proud homeowner and now Vice President of Northeastern Savings Bank, serving the community that helped raise me. Access, opportunity, and results. That's what I stand for, and that's what works, and that's what I'll bring to the City Council here in Brockton.
At the risk of repeating myself, I'm going to say again, in plain, down-to-earth terms, speak as though you're under the power of the ultimate spirit in the universe, the ultimate mind, the ultimate force. Speak as though you're under that power, and speak to these people as though they represent the ultimate. They are the force, they are all creation, they are God, they're all creatures on the live. We are singing in a chorus, all our voices. So listen with your entire being to these people, because they are coming from the center of their being. Something beyond all words, even the word God, because you can't name this.
Growing up in Mission Hill, Boston, my parents early on raised me to know about community, to know about community leadership, the positive role models like Brother Blue, Melnia Cass, and Mel King. Community leaders who inspired growth, community leaders who inspired the next step. Well, I'm Keith Hayes, and I'm running to become Ward 5's growth into the next step.
Master Yoda I am. And listen you must to HulaZoom.com.
Who do you look like, your mom or your dad?
Neither. I look like money.
What's something parents need to stop doing?
Don't keep passing me to everybody at the party. I don't know them damn people.
What's a red flag you had to deal with?
My mama put her cable bill in my name. I don't even know my ABCs yet.
What's a red flag in your parents?
They had the nerve to have me and be broke. I'm talking straight bums.
What's a violation you still mad about?
They hit me with hella shots and didn't even ask me first. They violated my civil rights.
What's a parenting red flag you already peeped?
They got oxtails on their plate and got me drinking Similac.
That's out of pocket. Who you beefing with right now?
My cousin Kalo took my fruit snacks, lied about it, now we not cool.
So what's day one out the womb feel like?
Don't ask me that. Don't do that. I'm still processing.
What's a red flag you noticed early?
They call me stinker butt, but it really be they booty stinking. Don't project.
What's a parenting red flag you'd report?
Letting the iPad die mid-video.
What's one thing you're not rocking with right now?
Tummy time is a setup. I'm fighting for my damn life.
What's something they do that's mad disrespectful?
Acting like I don't smell myself. Change me, bruh.
What's one thing your mom did that raised your little eyebrow?
She thought having me would keep my pops around. Now look at her, still solo.
What's something your parents do that's way out of pocket?
When they always want to be in my face saying goo goo gaga, but breath be like boo boo caca.
What's a red flag in a parent?
When they use me as a tax write-off and just to pop bottles in the club with the money.
What's something your parents do that's not it?
When they throw me a birthday party just as an excuse to turn it into an adult party and get drunk.
What's something you knew about your mom that was a red flag?
When she used my stroller to steal stuff from the mall and got us jammed up.
What's something you remember from before you were born?
When I was in the womb and something kept poking me. I didn't know what it was, but I don't trust it.
What's something you noticed about your parents?
Mama said Daddy's broke. Daddy said Mama's broke, so who paid for my stroller then?
Somebody lying. What's something your parents do that don't sit right with you?
When my mom mixes my apple juice with water like I didn't notice, keep thinking shit sweet, because I don't.
What's one thing you know about your parents?
Ain't no way I'm not adopted, because my parents look like they came from two different lost and found bins.
What's something you learned early about your parents?
They say loyalty is everything, but my mom watched that nurse lay hands on me and didn't say a word. Funky bitch.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Yeah.
Can you dig it?
You like some motherfucking action heroes in it. Yeah.
This is destiny. This is madness. This is our year.
Step into the twisted mind of my literature. Designed to get into the depths of your mind. Administer sickness around to mimic the likes of snuff cinema. What you must get into, you're nothing but pups. Remember you Homer and Happy Simpson, son. Nothing Ithaca. Stalkers like the northern half of Korea's peninsula. ESP your island like the booth, something sinister. ESP your island like the booth, something sinister. ESP your island like the booth, something sinister.
All right, it's your boy Sinister One broadcasting live from the City of Champions. You are watching The Booth. It is August 19th, 2025. We are flying through the year, and we're a little late tonight because I was driving down the street coming home from work today, and a food truck was passing me on North Quincy Street. And I don't know, it was like the propane tank on the back or something on the back with whatever it had blew up while it was passing me, and I was in vengeance. I had my helmet on, and it went by me, and boom! And I looked in my mirror, I could see the flame coming out from where it blew up. And I thought it was going to be good, but my ears started ringing, my side of my head was hurting. I ended up pulling over, called the cops, let them know. The cop asked if I was good to get, good if I needed medical attention. I said, no, I think I'm good. I was only like 4 blocks from the house or so. But yeah, I got to the house and took my helmet off, and it's subsided. But yeah, my ear was ringing, and my head was hurting, and yeah, I delayed the show a little bit, and before we came in live, I was dying because I've been obsessed with these AI baby videos. They're just where they're calling their parents out. They've got a Mexican one now. They got one with with babies telling on their aunties. They got one now with I think there's one with like white trash people like that. They're out there. Wild Dreams, I think, is the name of the site that's putting these out. And there's some out there that are copying this one, but this guy was doing it first. So make sure to follow him. He's on YouTube. I'm gonna try to share some of these, each week as we go on. Because I was sitting here rolling. I was rolling before we came into the show live with these, cracking me up. That was hilarious. So let me get into my sponsors, man. And thank my guests from last week. Cinder Shine was on last week. Noube Rateau was on last week. It was a good show. Noube came on to promote the premiere of his movie Report Card. That is going Thursday night in Foxborough at the Showcase Cinema in Foxborough. So big ups to Noube Rateau. Cinder Shine, again, came on here. Big inspiration. I know she's sick right now. She came on the show. Spirits were lifted, and then she ended up with pneumonia. So our prayers are going out to her. We're hoping that she does well. See her on the show again. Let me get into my sponsors. Michael Douglas Barretto, MDB Electronics. If you have a broken Xbox One controller, make sure to get it out to him. They respond within 24 to 48 hours. Also, Vianna Marie's music available everywhere. 494,000 streams. Personal. Make sure to check out her latest project, Blacklisted, which is coming out soon. Tactical target systems. Those are those zombie targets that you see when I'm out at the range. Nice big life-size targets at the outdoor. Make sure to check those out. Tactical target system. And I love Boston Sports. Marlon Williams. I'm just about trying to get Marlon on the show. Thank you guys in the chat. Giovanni Johnson's watching the show. Nikki Russell, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to the show. I love Boston Sports. So Marlon Williams, black-owned business. Those are the shirts that you see. Patriots players, Celtics players, all types of the Boston sports athletes have been popping up and wearing his shirts. He's got a little location down there in South Shore Plaza. That's the one that I deal with when I go down there. So make sure down and visit I Love Boston Sports, or check out their website, ilovebostonsports.com. Ladies, if you want to take some pictures that you never thought you would take, reach out to Kimberly Ann Empowerment Photography. Reach out to her. She'll get you feeling real comfortable. Have you taken those pictures that you never thought you'd take for a special one, or just for yourself? You want to take them for yourself and boost that, boost your self-esteem. You want to go out to Kimberly Empowerment Photography, and then black-owned business, Underwatch Protective Services, Boat Patrol, Foot Patrol, Armed Guards, Unarmed Guards, Event Security, and Private Security. Please reach out to Daryl Smith. And then call Larry, that's a friend of mine, 774-826-6549. Larry Simmons, Handyman Services. Around the house for you. And let's get into the news booth. In the news booth, once again, we are going to keep repeating this story at the top of the news. For everybody who hasn't seen it, this is Davinci Leonard. Murder two people. What? Let me do this. Let me do this on the fly right now. Topics, add, image, because I really want people to be able to see this. Add this. I'm gonna do some introductions because I want to make sure we stress this every week. We want this kid caught. He murdered two people. Kid caught, and there we go. Some little production on the fly. Wanted Davinci Leonard, double homicide in Brockton. If you see this kid anywhere, make sure to turn him in. Turn him in. All right? Definitely want to get that done. Definitely want to actually gonna. Yeah. We want to catch him. The bad kid. Shot two people, murdered them up at the Urban Air, the week soft opening. We want to make sure we do the right thing. kid in. Also in the news booth, DW this week, DW on Thursday will be closed to vehicles. Beginning Thursday, they're getting ready for their 100th. DW Field Park's 100th birthday takes place this weekend. So beginning at 6 o'clock p.m. on Thursday, no traffic through DW Field Park at all. No traffic through DW Field Park from Thursday, Sunday. So we can have the 100th birthday celebration for DW Field Park. Again, you're heading over to DW Field Park Thursday after 6. It's closed to vehicle traffic. Those blocked. I don't want to see people on the Brockton Hub and all these other places playing and talking about on Friday why they can't get into DW. Watching the booth. Yeah. So, again, DW Field Park will be closed to vehicles as of August 21st, Thursday, till after the end of the 100th birthday celebration. I see Monkey Wrench Wellness is in the chat. John Maitland's in the chat. How's it going, guys? Thank you for tuning in. Also closing temporarily for their expansion. Closing Friday until Sunday. They'll be back open Monday. Dr. Ellie Paris's ice cream shop, Bookstore. They are closing this weekend to expand their homemade ice cream bakery and pizza expansion. Now, for those who didn't see, they've been doing some homemade ice creams there. They've got some new pizzas there. They've got a Cape Verdean tuna pizza that I got to get down there, check out, and try. I might visit there tomorrow because I have to do speaking of candidates tomorrow at the Unknown. That's at 6 o'clock, so maybe I'll go there for dinner. Again, Dr. Ellie Paris's bookstore and ice cream shop will be closed Friday to Sunday. They'll be made ice cream. Check her out. Real positive race in the city of Brockton. So Winthrop Farwell shared this information from Pat Hill of the DPW. Pat Hill of the DPW was notified that the Teamsters Union will be striking at the recycling transfer station, Mulberry Street. While it does not affect the service directly, it will slow down the trucks as you'll be impeding them to get in and out of the stations. That's us tomorrow, Ward 5, trash pickup for tomorrow. So if it seems like your truck is late, if you come home from work and your barrels are still there, there's a good chance that they will slow down because of the Teamsters beginning tomorrow. We'll see. Other people in the chat, thank you for tuning in, everybody. In the entertainment booth. Ooh, in here. My stuff out of sequence, bro. In the entertainment booth, I'm going to try to see why this is stuff out of sequence. But in the entertainment booth, Mario Karts are coming to Boston in April. That's the good news. Good news is this is a big thing over in Japan where they have these events where they shut down the streets in Tokyo and adults sign up and you can ride go-karts through Tokyo. And it's a big thing. So now it's doing a tour around the country. And it looks like that this is going to take place in Boston in April of 2026, but here's the problem. Sold out. Tickets are sold out. So I am praying for more days to be added because, me and my sons, we raced at F1 back in the day. I just raced at the Supercharged Entertainment Place last week for Laverne Gordon's event. And, racing go-karts on the streets of Boston in the Seaport, I believe it's down in the Seaport area is where they're going to be. That's going to be sick. So they need to add more dates. I am praying they add more, because I need to be first and foremost. I need to be. What else do we have? I think I've got some trailers coming up for you guys. If you guys have been paying attention to the show. You know, I tend to throw these trailers out and things. Trying to figure. First one's okay. So the first one is the one that I'm really excited to talk about. You know me, I'm a big fan of horror film. Huge fan of horror film. And, you know, as you guys know, the whole month of October, the whole theme to the show is based on horror. Zombie, ever. And, you know, the whole month of October is horror based, right up until Halloween. So this film here, and sometimes I'll make these bold predictions, and most of the time I nail it. I call it. When Black Panther came out, and I saw that Ruthie Johnson from Boston had did the costumes for Wakanda and Black Panther, I'm like, just give her the Academy Award. Just give it to her. And sure enough, she got the Academy Award. There was another film that had come out, and I had said, get it out there, just get it ready, shine it up. So here we are. This is the film. The film is called Good Boy. And the film Good Boy is an interesting take in horror that has actually, and I've been beating my mind up, has actually never been done before. So what this film Good Boy is, and the dog is not AI. From what I'm reading and seeing, the dog is not AI. This is a dog that was picked for this film. This horror film is about a person who owns a dog, and this person is possessed by a demon. So think Exorcist, think Conjuring, think all of those possession movies that we've all seen and been scared about. Here's the twist. The twist here is that this movie is filmed from the perspective of the owner's dog. In other words, this film is, you're going to watch this film from the dog's point of view, from the dog's eyes, from the dog, and how they are seeing their owner be possessed. And I'm hoping nothing happens to this dog in this movie. I'm gonna be mad as hell if something happens to this dog in this film. But it is such an interesting twist. I'm so surprised that something like this has never been done before in the history of film. In horror, we've had other movies like this, but they were comedies, they were dramas. We've never had horror. So here's the trailer. Check it out. This is the trailer for Good Boy. And that's being put out by IFC, which is the independent film company. I saw the trailer, people. You watch the trailer. Give me your thoughts in the chat. I'm already saying that when they go to I forget the name of the film festival that leads into the Oscars. I think this film is gonna get a lot of nods for innovation, ingenuity, and something new. So here's the trailer. Check out the trailer for Good Boy, the horror film.
Look who's here!
guess I'm next. I should never have come here.
Man, that looks good. October 3rd, I know where I will be. You know me, I love dogs. I love dogs. A lot of people love dogs. But to see a horror film based on this perspective intrigues me. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see. I am so hyped to see this. Also, another trailer is Michael Chiklis from The Shield, Boston guy. Great actor. I freaking love Michael Chiklis. And he's doing this film called The Senior, put out by Angel Films. And it's actually based on a true story about a 57-year-old senior who goes back to high school. He wants to finish high school and finish his football that he kicked out from as a senior. And Michael Chiklis is a great actor. I loved him in The Shield. Boston guy. It looks like every football stereotype is used in this film, but it looks like still a good film. Here's the trailer for The Senior, featuring Michael Chiklis, coming out September 19th. Here we go.
Football. The greatest game in the history of mankind. It's more than that. It's a shot.
Hello?
At immortality.
I never finished my senior year.
Why not?
I got thrown out for fighting.
You're done!
What kind of a captain gets kicked off his own team? I wish I could go back and do it all over again. I'm eligible.
Eligible for what?
To play?
Every one of you is gonna have to earn a spot on this team.
Just to be clear, there's no hidden camera somewhere?
No one's gonna run over me. I'll guarantee you that.
Okay.
Okay? Yo, what you listening to, man? Music? What we used to listen to.
I said now, wait. I like that. I got something to say.
What's up, man? You ready for me about the time? You're out of time, son.
You know ready now.
How are you doing this at your age, man?
He's like a 59-year-old Rudy.
He's my father.
I'm coming for you, old man.
I don't want to watch him break his neck.
If you got hurt, it would destroy every soul on this team.
Why does this one have to be a win?
It's not about winning.
I know why you have to do this, and I'm with you. This game, it's a second chance.
We're not defined by our successes. We're defined by our regrets. And I've had a ton of them. As a teammate, as a husband, as a dad. I'm so sorry. Don't let tonight be that first regret.
Will Mike Flint finally get his name in the history books?
Let's make this a game they'll always remember.
That's you, Flint.
Like I said, I love Michael Chiklis. One of the most underrated actors out there. Like I said, I fell in love with this guy in The Shield. When that show hit, oh my God, Michael Chiklis was... And then he played The Thing in Fantastic Four. Great actor. Like I said, a Boston guy. I'm definitely going to be here to support this. It's in theaters September 19th, Senior. Make sure to check that out. Also, the Prime Video released the trailer this week for Fallout Season 2 based on the video game. Looks like we're going to Las Vegas in Season 2. I'm pretty excited about that. I got to check this out. Season 2. People were pretty impressed with this Fallout TV series. Prime Video did a good job. So here it is, right here. Here is the trailer for season 2, Fallout.
I'm looking for someone.
Common story around here. Someone you care about or someone you hate?
Oh, what a great question. What say you, Miss McClan?
Why would my dad go to Las Vegas?
You want to know why the world ended? It started here with one man.
It's all over, but the cry.
Cooper Howard, star of the silver screen.
Like yourself, I am the very best at what I do.
But
and what I do is I know everything. I know there's a war coming. The bombs will only be the beginning. My concern is that you would do just about anything to save your family. I think you are actually quite a violent man. You just don't want to kill me yet.
Let's get lucky, shall we?
I defer to you about what to do in this situation.
I'm real happy to see season 2, but here's the thing: December 17th, and I can't believe it. When I saw this trailer and I saw December 17th, I'm like, this year is almost over already. Why? Because Mother Nature effed us 16 weekends of rain. Thank you, Mother Nature. We blew through summer because you gave us 16 weekends consecutively with rain. You took away almost our entire summer. Here we are, we're already promoting stuff for December. Went in the Shaw's the other day and they've already got Halloween candy out. Thank you, Mother. Thank you. Thank you very much. Also, in the entertainment booth. Oh, actually, that's it. That's the last trailer that I have. We're actually getting into the sports booth. In the sports booth, Doug Flutie will be here August 21st. He's going to be pitching for the Brockton Rocks on August 21st. They've had some good appearances here this year with the Brockton Rocks. So this is going to be a good one to take in. Doug Flutie, you guys know the Miracle Pass, Boston College at time in 1985. He'll be here for the pitch. I don't know if he's throwing out the pitch or if he's pitching, but it's August 21st, Doug Flutie night at the Brockton. Come through, show your support, and check it out. Also in the sports booth. Also in the sports booth, hold on. Also in the sports booth, if you didn't hear the word, Joe Flacco is going to be the starting quarterback in week 1 for the Cleveland Browns, meaning Shedeur Sanders will be on the bench. So I'm going to tell my kids and show them this picture that this is Joe Flacco and Shedeur Sanders. Week 1 in the NFL. Oh, man, one of my most favorite football movies of all time. But when I saw this meme go out by MGM, which was funny because BetMGM is he's the spokesperson for MGM Grand. If you've seen the commercials, that's just dying death. Also, if you guys have been watching preseason, Joe Milton's been kind of tearing it up down there in Dallas. And, you know, it's one of these things where, you know what, maybe I should pull up this clip and let you guys kind of see it for yourselves. Let me pull it up here. I know I think I have the video. I'm going to see if I can pull the video up of Joe Milton. There we go. Let me pull this up for you guys right now. This is Joe Milton uncocking a 49-yard bomb. Yes, it's preseason, but here's the thing. Check this out.
3rd and 8. Milton, deep downfield. Has his man at the 20-yard line. That's Jonathan Mingo.
That is one heck of a job.
If you're Dak Prescott, you gotta be worried, bro. You gotta be worried. Joe Milton, garbage game last year, with 2 years ago with the Patriots. Was shipped off to Dallas, but like I said, the guy's got an arm. He's got a cannon, and now we're seeing it in preseason. He had a shaky game against the Ravens, but he's still putting bombs up. And if you're Dak Prescott, you better be afraid. You better be very afraid, and you better have your realtor on speed dial. Because I'm pretty sure the AI realtors have been calling Dak Prescott's house. Talking about, we can get the most for your value of your home. Because y'all know Jerry Jones don't play down there. Jerry Jones doesn't play. If Dak gets hurt this season, and they're below 500, and Joe Milton comes in there and lights it up, wins 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 games. Don't let Joe Milton come in there and win 3 games while Dak Prescott is sitting out injured. He'll be gone. He'll be 1-800-SELL-MY-HOME. 1-800-SELL-MY-HOME. What's going on, Jack Wolf? I see you in the chat. Nikki Russell, what's going on? I see you in the chat. Dak will be out of a job if Joe Milton comes in and plays like that. If Dak Prescott goes out injured like he used season. Let's get into the legal booth. In the legal booth, back in the news again, Brockton High School. Here in Brockton, we seem to take 1 step forward, 5 steps back here in Brockton when it comes to Brockton, especially the high school. Last week, great stories coming out of Brockton High, good stuff coming out of Brockton High, and then all of a sudden, break time. Brockton High School chorus director charged with sex trafficking and paying for sex. It is alleged that meth Cunningham allegedly paid a 17-year-old student for sex and trafficked this student, meaning taking them places and having sex, paying for sex. One step forward, 5 steps back. Matt Cunningham. So he was actually arraigned. He was actually in court today in this case. It's just insane. Craziness. I'm just speaking. Also in the legal booth, man showed up in court today. 22-year-old. I forget the kid's name. But he's one of the group of cyclists that flooded. Granted, they were on the Boston streets. The problem here is that this group of bikes making up about, I don't know, it was like about 100 people. About 100 people on bikes and scooters and things of that sort. They took over I-93. And that's illegal. That is illegal. Riding your bike or scooter or whatever on I-93, a highway, in the tunnel, is illegal. So I guess they had helicopters. They had everybody following these kids. And I guess they followed these kids through the tunnel. And they came out in the Seaport district, in the Seaport area. The state police were waiting for him. One kid ran into a cruiser with his bike, got up, ran. Cops couldn't catch him. Out of 100 people, out of 100 kids on bikes, I don't believe this. You only caught one guy. Think of this. There's 100 people on bikes. 100. You know they're going into the tunnel on 93. How do they only get one person? They knew they were coming out of Seaport. Was it that it was a Saturday? Might not have been that many state troopers on duty. That's what it was. But they only caught one person. And this poor guy, well, he ain't poor guy. He deserves. He was in court today. So he's going to be made the example of. This stuff has to stop. Parents, look at the videos. Look at the pictures being put out there. Excuse me. One of the things about doing the show at 9 o'clock at night. Parents, look at these videos. If these are your kids, you can recognize somebody. Let the parent know that their kid was out here wilding. Part of the problem today with society. Back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, back when I was growing up, you didn't even have cell phones. Yet your ass still got in trouble. Don't let you be out. My parents used to always say, when we would leave the house, my parents would always say, don't be acting a fool out of this house. You never know who we know. I was right out my parents' mouth. You never know who we know. And that was facts. That wasn't no lie. That was no lie. I grew up in Mission Hill, Boston. My grandparents were over in Cathedral Park. So when I used to visit my grandparents, it was the same thing. Cave out there when you go outside and play. You never know who we know. And that was like I said, that was the facts. That was no cell phones, no social media. But God forbid you mess up while being on some other street, acting a fool, and you come home to an ass whooping. I don't know how. Look, I don't know how many times I don't know how many times I've walked in the door to an ass whooping as a kid. Because somebody called. Hey, I saw your son, such and such and such and such. Ass whooping. I don't know how many times you would get home from being out all day or being wherever, thinking you're good. You know, dinner time, you're sitting there, you eating your dinner, you know, your Swanson's meal, you know, because, you know, Wednesdays was Prince Spaghetti night. Fridays was your Swanson meals, your dinner meals. And you waited for that little, eat all the stuff around the dessert. Remember you had the Swanson meals in the aluminum foil tray? And you had like Salisbury steak here in the front, in the big portion was the Salisbury steak with the gravy. And then you had like corn was like here on the left. And then you had either cornbread or you had like the apples, diced apples with the jelly. And then it was always like, I think it was like always it was like a rice or a pasta. And the veggie, it was like Salisbury steak or, they had these the Swedish meatballs, cornbread, and things of that sort. Y'all remember that back in the day? Y'all remember that back in the day, the Swanson's meals? And then your dad, my dad would get the Swanson Hungry Man meal while you was sitting there with the small meal. And you looking over your dad's Swanson's Hungry Man meal, and you got the plain like Swanson's. Like, remember when they put out the Swanson's kid meals? You sitting here looking at his, and you looking at yours. You know, because the Swanson Hungry Man meal came with, like, chicken, like 2 pieces of chicken. It had, like, an extra vegetable. And that was always, you know, that was always for your dad. Your dad got that Swanson's Hungry meal, you know? Like, when I got my first bachelor pad, like the first thing I went and did when I had my first bachelor pad house, the first thing I did when I bought my food for my apartment was I bought like 5 or 6 Swanson's Hungry Man meals. It was like, F you. I got my own. Oh, the stuff we did when I got my bachelor pad back in the day. Oh my God. Oh, look. When I got my bachelor pad, that's like when BJ's and Costco's was just coming out also. So I thought I was the man when I had my apartment. When I had my apartment to myself, nice little new fridge. I go down to BJ's and Costco's, right? And you'd walk into Costco's and it was like a cake. Because I really wasn't a fan of beer. The only beer I really liked was Heineken. So I would walk into BJ's or Costco's. You as soon as you come into Costco's, right? The alcohol and stuff was right there. They would have case Heineken. And, you know, if you went to the package store, a case of Heineken was like $29.99 at the package store. At the liquor, if you went to the liquor store, it was almost like $30 for Heineken for a case. And then if you went to Costco or BJ's, it was mad cheap. So it was like $14 for a case of Heineken, which would last me like, Jesus, would last me almost a month because I'm not much of a drinker. I just like that little bit of taste of Heineken. So I would go to, you know, Costco's, do my shopping there, you know, and I'd always get a case once a month and put that in the fridge. So when the fellas would come over and we would watch, you know, football, you know, back then, you know, fellas would come by. We was watching New Jack City, Juice, what was some of the movies that the fellas would come out and we would, oh man. There was one with Bokeem Woodbine on HBO. Strapped. It was Strapped. What it was when Kings of New York came out. Killer. No, when I was a bachelor, I had some crazy good movies, man, to watch. That was the day. Those were the days. Good movie. Come by. Man, HBO fights. My bachelor days, all the good HBO fights. It was just coming out the Tyson era. Some of those 90 fights. Was another thing. Mike, was that? Oh! Dave Chappelle show when I was a bachelor. When the Dave Chappelle show came out. And that was like, all the fellas would come to the house. When we saw that first episode, it was like whenever Dave Chappelle came on, that was it. We went, we watched Dave Chappelle, and then we would go to the movies or something after we watched Dave Chappelle. Like, I remember we watched Dave Chappelle one night, and we left for the midnight, because we would always go to the midnight show in Boston. You know, because that's where all the chicks would be. We'd go to the midnight show in Boston. We went time and saw Bad Boys midnight opening. That was like the big thing in Boston, going to the midnight openings for movies. Shit. Ask me to go see a midnight opening now. As an adult. After working all day. Ninja, you crazy. The latest I go to a movie now, I like the 10 o'clock. I like the 10 o'clock. I like that 10 o'clock show. Like going to the movies at 10, sitting, relaxing, winding down. Movie's usually over by like midnight, maybe 11:30, quarter of. Zip home and then get right in the bed. I like that 10 o'clock. 9 isn't bad, but it's nice. Like I said, it's nice. As I digressed into what's going on, all you guys in the chat. Let's get into the Trump troubles here. It's 9:45 in the Trump troubles. President Trump met with Zelensky today and other European leaders. For those who didn't, last time came, it was ugly. Real ugly. MTG's boyfriend said some crap about wearing his military wetsuit and all this stuff. So this time Zelensky came prepared. He had a nice black suit. But then he was able to give a dig to President Trump. President Trump says, oh, it's nice to see you wearing a suit this time, blah, blah, blah. And Zelensky, yeah, I got a suit on. Wearing the same suit you had on the last time. It's like, bruh. So, the funny thing here is that President Trump had met with Putin in Alaska on Sunday. And when he came out of that, Trump flip-flopped again. And I see all these MAGA people on my page, and they're talking all this stuff about, you're spinning this, and, they do this for Putin, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, y'all forget that Putin broke the ceasefire on Easter, which was the reason why President Trump had said that he was going to decide now to support Zelensky. And y'all forget that shortly after Easter Sunday and the breaking of the ceasefire, he sent weapons and monies to Zelensky and the Ukraine so they could fight against Russia. So now, this President Trump looks like a hypocrite, a giant flip-flopping hypocrite. You ran a whole campaign bashing the Biden administration on supporting and giving money and buying sending weapons to Ukraine. Here's the funny thing. He gets up there today, right? And a reporter asks him. The reporter asks him about, what are we getting from Zelensky? And he says, well, buying weapons. He's buying billions and billions of dollars weapons from us. We're getting money from Zelensky, and he's going to buy weapons from us. Hey, dumbass. When you were running a whole entire campaign and you were talking about Biden administration giving money to the Ukraine, you ran a whole platform. You ran a whole campaign. You misinformed every single American by saying that Biden gave the Ukraine all this money. Biden didn't give the Ukraine any money. Biden did exactly what you're doing right now. You're selling weapons to the Ukraine. It's no different than what Biden administration was doing and getting the appropriate support from Congress to have them it is so wild. It is so crazy, the hypocrisy. It is just insane. Insane. I don't know. It's 9:49. Let's get into it. We got a lot of stuff here. These are the thank you for everybody who supported the show. Branded bills. Those are the beats. Long gone. I've been talking about. I was look back here. I have hoodies. I have hoodies. I did have transfer paper that I bought on Amazon. And the shirts and some of the hoodies that I made and pressed out, they look good. They look good in the beginning. I got that off of Amazon. And 5.0, I guess, is supposed to be the best for heat transfer paper. Guess what? It wasn't. They look nice. Oh man, when I pressed them up, they all look nice. All the shirts and hoodies that I did look nice. Problem is once you put them in the dryer, horrible. Once you put them in the dryer, some of them bleed the color from them. And then some of them, the transfer itself, if you put it in the dryer, it's like it dries out, breaks up. So someone told me to use Ninja DTF. Somebody said go to Ninja DTF, check them out. Let them print the transfer. Let them print the transfer, cut the transfer. They'll send the transfer to me. When the transfer comes to the house, I can just heat up my Cricut press and just. So I'm thinking about doing that. I'm thinking about getting the DTF transfers from Ninja and just ordering those, let those come to the house, and use my Cricut to press my shirts versus using inkjet printer and having crappy Amazon transfer paper that doesn't hold up. But I have hoodies. Tomorrow because I am. What's going on, John Hayes? What's up, man? Thank you for tuning in the show. Talk back. Thank you for tuning in the show. I've got this thing now where I stop into Family Dollar and Dollar Tree. For those who don't know, Dollar Tree. Hey, Keith, I've been wondering where my hat is, everybody. I thought you were on here, John. Oh, no. Are you on it? Nope. I'll have to add John in there. No, John, you didn't get a beanie, John. John, you got a shirt. You're featured in the shirts in the I Love Boston Sports. I don't think you got a beanie, John Hayes. He says, hey Keith, I've been wondering where my hat is. Everybody else seems to have handsome hats. Where's my handsome hat? That's right, John. You didn't get a hat. You got an I Love Boston Sports shirt. You're actually featured. Let me get to this. Let me get to this. Where is it? Where's the shirts? Let me get back to the shirts here. Let me just go. Because John Hayes is in the chat and he's calling me out. Oh, damn, he's not in the shirt picture. Why is he not in the shirt picture? But John Hayes did get a shirt. It was him and Felicia. Yep. You and Felicia. I met your wife when I brought the shirts. And that's the thing. When you guys win a shirt, I bring it to you personally. I only send it in the mail if you're super far away. But if you're in my distance, I'll come out and bring you the shirt. The sad thing is that, when you guys see me put these pictures up and stuff, in the I Love Boston shirts, there's a woman that's in there pictured. I actually brought her shirt, and she was a fan of the show, and she really tore at my heartstrings because she was a fan of the show, but she had a drinking problem, and she was so happy that I brought this shirt to her and sat with her and talked with her, and then shortly a year or so later, I didn't see her in the chat or in the show, and I contacted a family member, and she had succumbed to her battle with alcohol. She passed away. She's still featured here. In the picture with the beanies, rest in peace to my man Jamie, who he took his picture and put fire in his eyes and stuff. That's Jamie Canfield. Just want to say rest in peace to him. It's tough. It just shows you how life can be sometimes. Crazy world. Talkback says, "Hey Keith, I need some Talkback live t-shirts." Yeah, so what I do, this is what I do. So Family Dollar was actually acquired by Family Dollar was actually acquired by Dollar Tree. And they started in areas where they have Family Dollar and the Dollar Tree together, they're condensing the stores into one store. So now it's like Dollar Tree is now this hybrid store with Family Dollar stuff in it. So from time to time, when the season is ending, like when the winter was ending, I would go into Family Dollar and they would have all the hoodies marked down, super cheap. So at one time I went in there and the hoodies were like $3. Let me go in there and get all the kids' black hoodies for $3. They had adult hoodies one time for $3, $5. I'm like, this price, you're gonna make a profit selling them, or you can give them away to your viewers. So I've got hoodies, I've got t-shirts, I've got that all. But like I said, I wasn't happy with what I just showed you, the Amazon iron-on transfer. I wasn't happy how that held up. So I'm gonna look into Ninja DTF to send them my logo, and I think I'm gonna get those sent out here. And I'll press them myself. But I think I'm getting the sign up with. And I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to give some hoodies away this week. I keep saying it and I haven't done it. Got to get my ass in gear. And stick to my promise, people. Stick to my promise. Let's get into the outro banners, though. So again, those are the hats. Rest in peace, Jamie. Also, the shows I produce: Drafting the Circuits, Oscar Mike Radio, Matty C Sports, Fubar Studios, Home Hero Salute, Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor. We're not going to be on tonight. Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor will be on tomorrow night, with right after Drafting the Circuits. BAT After Hours Workforce Transportation. Scan the QR code when the BAT bus service ends at the end of the night. You can now get a discounted Uber, I believe it is. Also, Emerge Career. If you are formerly incarcerated, you can now be eligible to get a CDL truck driver's license. Journey Church, located in Kentucky, Saturdays or Sundays from 10:30, and then the pantries on Thursdays 3 to 6. Ride BAT Bus free till June the 26th. Check the area. If you're watching this show and you live in a different state, check, because this grant is nationwide. There's a lot of free bus service everywhere. Also, tonight was the last night. 5 p.m. I hope you guys made it down. This was the informational forum for the civil service exam for firefighters. And then August 20th, tomorrow, is free warrior yoga at the Abington Library. And I believe she has told me that this is going until December. August 23rd, I believe, is a drawing for this Broken Chain Biker Church. Outlaw, and as I talked about on this show, DW Field Park, the 100th celebration is this weekend, noon to 7, the 22nd and 23rd, and beginning tomorrow night, beginning Thursday night, the park will be closed to vehicles beginning at 6. Also, Brockton Area Prevention Collaborative Annual Overdose Vigil at Massasoit. AJ DeBonsa, Wednesday, August 27th, doing his backpack giveaway at the West Middle School from 3 to 6:30. And then black-owned businesses. This past Saturday was Sunrise Steakhouse, Hope everybody was able to make it out to that. And then I believe this Saturday coming up, I forget which one it is, but Salo is August 31st. I haven't gone to Salo yet. I'm actually going to go check them out. August 31st at the middle school, the BYFD, Brockton, UK. It's the 7th year. Backpacks will be given out at 3 p.m. Also, haircuts. And then Tuesday, September 9th, 340 Warren Ave at Venue 727 from 7 to 8:30 is the mayoral debate. And then September 15th, Stephen Montero golf tournament. Please reach out to Craig Pina for that one. That's going to be Monday, September 15th. And then the back to school drive, COA. These are items that they need. Back to schools are quickly approaching. 5th annual South Middle School Academic Hall of Fame Awards will take place October 9th at Joe Angelo's, and I believe Jim Stapleton is slated to come on this show just about. Brockton's Farmer Market, we've got 2 months left. Ends on Halloween. Make sure to head down there and get your items. Farmers Market. Also, these are sent to me by the candidates. This is Jean Bradley Durancourt for mayor. Moses Rodriguez, he's also running for mayor. Jeff Charnel, council at large. You saw him on the show along with Moses Rodriguez. That was Jeff Charnel's old one. Actually, got that new one. Michael Nunez, he's running for counselor at large. There's my banner. Growth, the next step. Keith Hayes, Ward 5, City Council. Ellie Texera, she's also running for Ward 5, City Council. And somebody said, why do you have her banner? She's your opponent. I want people to vote. It doesn't matter. And I'm supporting everybody who sends a banner in. That's why. Jamal Brathwaite, Ward 6. Tony Rodriguez, he is running for Ward 4, School Committee. We have Sandra Santillo. She is running for Ward 5, School Committee. Remember, if you're running for any type of seat here in the city of Brockton for this election, get your banners to me. Get your banners to me so I can post them and have them on the show. Get involved with Travis so Travis can get your interview done for September. And we want to make sure that everybody is there. I want everybody to get on this show. I don't want anybody saying that they weren't offered a spot to come on this show or they weren't offered a spot. This is just send it to me and it's gonna get put up here. Good stuff. It's 10:02. Time to get out of here. I gotta thank everybody for tuning in to the show. It is a late night. It is 10 o'clock. I gotta go jump on some. Got some stuff to clean up for this weekend. But other than that, hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in the show. Everybody who's in the chat, hanging out. John Hayes, thank you for tuning in. But what I got to say is SpongeBob, can you do me a favor? Take us.
Well, see you next Tuesday.
Thank you for listening to The Booth on Hoobazoo and HatcherRadio.com. Please follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the podcast at Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. The Booth is a Sinister One production hosted by Sinister One.
I've got to start hanging out with friends that are a little more intelligent and understand politics and stuff. It's just that I'm up on this level up here, and all my friends are down here. Me, nah. You guys, nah. Maybe a little more down in here. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I smoke, I drink, I do my thing. These bitches hating, so you know I got to make it plain. Don't do cocaine, but your chick, my main. We stick together, true forever, yeah, you know we bang. I miss those days, which was easy. If only I make it, bitch, don't repeat. Now that I frustrated. I've been upstate and y'all think I'm playing. And I got a hit now for these weak ass hoes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip. I don't need that shit, I got my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
WHOOBAZOO, that's Whoobazoo.com.
Enter website, enter website, enter website, enter website.